Good morning. Welcome into our program for today. We have actually a room full of people who are in the resort and float trip business and enjoyment of our rivers. We have Beth Wiles, Executive Director of Pulaski County Tourism. Beth, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
And we have Larry Helms, who is the operator of Boiling Spring Campground on the Gasconade and president of the Pulaski County Outfitters Association. Good to have you here. Fred Tyndall of Ruby's Landing is with us. Angie Hale from the Devil's Elbow River Safari.
Yes.
And then also Ron Adamson, who's also from Ruby's Landing. Good to have you here.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Big flood early in the month of May, and it kind of put a cloud over everybody's hopes for an enjoyable summer. But I understand that with a lot of hard work and cooperation among all the outfitters, that you are back in business for the most part. We're going to first of all find out from Beth Wiles, what the condition of all the outfitters are. Are they pretty much up and operational for the summertime?
Yes, we've been in touch with all of our outfitter businesses throughout Pulaski County, and I'm happy to report that most of them are back to full operations. The rivers are still just a little bit high right this moment, but we see a very exciting summer ahead for us for the float season. And I want to give this time to our outfitters for our community to share a little bit about the experience on the rivers and things that are going on with their properties.
I think you mentioned to me before that you have been on float trips.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I find it just very soothing. You get away from the electronics, you get away from the woes of work, and I in particular love the rafts. Get in the rafts, you just lounge around, float down, see the beautiful bluffs, you can see deer, dragonflies, you can fish. It's just a very peaceful time on our rivers here in Pulaski County.
So we're hoping for a real good season on the rivers then.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk to Larry Helms next and find out about the Boiling Springs Campground and what things are like for the summertime. And I understand that you are fully up and operational despite, some of the losses that the campground suffered during the recent flooding.
Yeah, Gary, good morning, everyone. At this point, we are fully functional. We do have the campground back in operation. Our boat ramp did survive the flood. Our campsites are cleaned up, electric's on, water's on, and we're ready to take on some business. Right now, we also are taking a look at the river itself, because that's a major part of what we do is putting people out. We've sent boats upriver a couple of times now to make sure that the waterway is clear and free of hazards where our folks will be floating. So that's really important to us, that we take care of our customers and of course, taking care of customers and making sure that the family's safe when they're out on the water as best we can to reduce those type of things. So we are concerned about some of our put-in points, simply because some of those are damaged. We cannot get down to those. So we're going to have a little bit of as we look ahead to when we can get some of those open. But our primary 3, 5, and 8 mile points are open now. So we're very concerned that we take care of those, make sure we can get in and out of those places.
So you offer camping too?
We do. We have 50 campsites, full hookup sites. And of course, we have 175 boats that we rent. So we're canoes, rafts, kayaks. So we're ready to go.
Do you have a beach where people can swim?
We do have a beach right now. The water's too high for that, and we're hoping to get that open as soon as the water gets down. We do have some debris down there that we got to clean up on the beach area, but that'll something that we should have cleaned up. I have guys working on it right now for the part of the gravel bar is open, so we're trying to get down there for that. So
I know you don't want to toot your own horn or talk a little bit about the cleanup, but it has been hard for every outfitter to recover from this flood.
Well, I mean, that's true, Gary. Simply, there's been was a record flood both on the Big Piney and the Gasconade. We've had water levels on the Big Piney that was unheard of. This, for well over 30 feet, I think. So it has done incredible damage to some of the outfitters, but we're pretty resilient. I've talked to each one of them, and they're all working really hard. And what we recommend is that if you're looking to float, call your outfitter, talk to them, see where they're at, and they're all wanting to take care of families and take care of business, and try to do the right thing. So give them a call, see where they're at, and they're going to be there open for you.
Traditionally, when are the biggest crowds?
Well, Memorial Day is always an important time because it's kind of the first big event of summer, and we're all looking forward to that. We're looking forward to be able to get families out. And then usually June, after school's out, now school's out or starting to be out for many places, we'll start to see those crowds start to pick up. And then, of course, June, July, and August are big months for floating. And September, into September. But so the next 3 or 4 months is, really our busy time.
All right, we're going to turn and talk to Fred Tyndall at Ruby's Landing and find out about Ruby's Landing. I understand you're fully operational as well right now. Probably had plans for a little earlier start to the season, but the flooding came and that changed your plans, I suppose.
Yes, sir, it did. But we're ready to get our season started. Naturally, the flood caused a lot of damage to us and a lot of people as well. We're very fortunate where we are to be in the position that we are. Where our floats are ready. We've already checked them out. Our 10 and our 5 mile seem clear. Naturally, we've been getting some more rain. We're going to have to check the rivers again before this weekend. I've got 19 RV sites on the river that are ready to go. Electric and water are ready. All of our primitive sites are ready. 3/4 of a mile riverfront, which is ready to go. We need to get down there if it dries up a little bit and try to mow a little bit more. But that's been very challenging. Got 61 RV sites ready to go. We're looking forward to the weekend and looking forward to getting our summer started. Really excited about it.
Well, now, how long do you recommend, or how early do you recommend people call in reservations? Say, I want to come this weekend, and they name a weekend and make plans then.
I would suggest for them to call as soon as they can and whenever it's convenient for them. That way we can get them on the books to be ready for them when they get there.
Mm-hmm. So everything's fine. Again, they check what the river is like.
Yes, sir. However, our dock where our put-in is, we used to have a real nice swimming area there, and then until the river goes down just a little bit more, we're not really exactly sure what we're going to have there, but we have some other gravel bars that are down just a little bit from our dock that we think we can have accessible by the weekend and be ready to go, where there's some place for the kids to play and stuff. It's all going to depend on what the river does.
Do people usually come out for float trips or camping or fishing? Or
we get a little bit of everything. Quite a few floats, a lot of primitive camping, but we also offer a day pass and just a regular ramp access, and that really helps a lot to get people down there, and they can just hang out and grill or just enjoy their day in the shade and spend it with us.
Now, what is primitive camping? I really don't know.
What I consider primitive camping is just an intent with no electricity, no water. You just kind of bring your own supplies. You're a little bit off away from everyone else, and a lot more relaxing. But like they say, you can check away from your electronics and just kind of enjoy the outdoors and enjoy the nature, and just kind of kick back and relax and not have to worry about it.
Pitch your own tent then.
Yes, sir.
I have been there. I've done that. So, okay, that is fun, really.
Yes, sir, it is.
A lot of people like to do that. Thanks. And Angie, talk about your operation.
I don't think I can top these two guys.
Oh, no.
Larry
I'm
covered
not
most
sure.
of it.
Well, I know, but tell us what kind of operations you have going on at Devil's Elbow River Safari.
Well, we're definitely ready to go. Of course, with the river levels. Depending on the river level, depends on if we can put you on a safe river. So, like Larry said, give us a call and check out the river levels and see if it's going to be a good day to float. And we're totally ready. We're ready to have some fun this summer.
And river level should, get down there very shortly.
That's what we're hoping for.
May is usually the month that we get the most precipitation in. Anyway, so once we get into June, things start to dry up. And the same thing about reservations, get them in as early.
As soon as possible. Sometimes I'm booked up on Saturdays, and I have quite a bit of equipment, and I doubled it this year. Doubled what I've had for the last 12 years. So, yeah, I'm ready to go.
So you fully recovered from the losses from the flood, or?
Yes, other than the takeout spot, we're cleaning that up today, but we'll be ready to go after today on the takeout spot.
All right. And let's talk to Ron just a bit. And he is from Ruby's Landing as well. Anything you want to add to what Fred mentioned?
Yeah, there's a couple of things I'd like to add. As Larry said, that all the outfitters work really hard together to get everything cleaned up. And one outfitter to the other, when we help each other, it is a group effort. And I'd just like to reiterate that. And also, we have cabins and chapel, wedding chapel down there.
Oh, okay.
And we are fully facilitated. We are blessed that all of our stuff is up above flood zone, except for down on the bottom where the river comes through, which we was able to get cleaned up pretty quick. And but as far as the floating goes, we're looking for a great year for all the outfitters around. We do work together. So, you know, if you miss a call from one, call another. We're more than happy to help and to put people in the water. And we want everybody to be safe this year, going up and down the river, and come down and enjoy Pulaski County riverways.
And most people, I think, look at, you know, outfitters rather in general, and they think, well, it's a very competitive. You know, they're out to get more people to stay at their location than other places, but sounds like you folks are a community, really.
Absolutely.
Whereas one member needs help, you get that help if you can possibly do that. And it occurs to me that because you do that, you're really in it more for the people having fun on the rivers than anything else, Larry.
And Gary, that's exactly right. I think the number one thing is taking care of our customers, taking care of the families, making sure that we're providing, it's their day out, and then that we're providing them the best day on the water we can provide, and the best camping or whatever it may be, so we take care of the families. Number one thing I think also is all of us are located at a little different parts of the county, and so sometimes people want to float different sections of the river at different parts in the county. So oftentimes they want to be on upper Big Piney. They might call Wilderness Ridge or Rich's Last Resort, and all those, you know, up by Duke. Or if they want to be on the upper Gasconade, they may call Gasconade Hills, which is a member of our association. And then of course Ruby's Landing over by Crocker, and then that stretch of river, and Angie down on the Big Piney. So, and we both float both the Big Piney and the Gasconade. But I think the number one thing is that, you know, we see taking care of families, making sure that we're ready for them, and that's the number one thing right there.
All right. One thing I wanted to ask, I just thought of something while you were talking, Larry. Ask Angie about, and of course you're on the Big Piney River, and whenever people float, I mean, there's some debris in the Big Piney. So do you scout it out as well?
Yes, we've had boats also go up the Big Piney and check it out and stuff, and everything looks really good up there. And the road's a little rough going down to the put-in spot, but we can get through there. There's not a problem driving it.
But no debris. I mean, I know in Devil's Elbow itself, there's debris, and I think DNR will not allow anything to be taken out of the river until they...
DNR was actually supposed to be out there yesterday. And they have not shown up yet, as far as I know. I am the POC contact for Devil's Elbow downtown. And they are supposed to be coming, cleaning the bridge up and everything, but my takeout spot will not go past that bridge at the moment until it's clean.
Okay, good deal. What is the number one thing, and I guess I'll ask each one of you, what is the number one thing that people who come to your campsite need to know about? Because a lot of times we just get eager to be on a float trip or to do what we want to do on the rivers, and we forget safety measures or something like that. Larry, what would you say?
Well, you know, I oftentimes, if you take a look at the outfitter's website, oftentimes it will have safety tips on the website. and there's, you can go out to the Missouri Canoe and Floaters Association website, and they have safety tips out there, things to bring with you when you camp or when you float. So just, this is the bottom line is just the basics. Make sure that you take care of the things that you need to take care of, those things that normally would take, but check with those, with your outfitter and see where they're at, but they can offer some help with that. If you're new at camping or floating, they can offer, that help. And there's on websites, you can go out and look for those things that they're.
Now, do each of you have a website that people can visit?
Yes.
And you're nodding head. Okay, Larry?
Well, we're bscfloattrips.com, and we have dixoncamping.com. So both those websites are fully functional right now, and which are really, we've had this, like I say, this is our 26th year in business. So we're pretty happy about that. And but we'd highly recommend check the websites.
Can people make reservations online?
We do have a
bookings,
call.
whatever you call
We
it?
have 2 phone numbers to call in.
Okay.
And we have a reservation system. We'll make sure that their equipment or their campsite is reserved, and we hold it for them whenever it may be when they're planning to come in. So,
All right. And Ron, what about Ruby's Landing? Do you have a website?
We do. It's ruby'slanding.mo or Ruby's Landing www. We do not have an online booking, but we do have a booking program to where if you do call in, we do make sure that your site's available and ready, just like Larry said. There was one thing that I wanted to bring to attention as the outfitters work together. Christian and Stephanie, they were not here today with Gasconade Hills. I had the opportunity to work with them a little bit yesterday. They are working very hard to get up and going, and they do plan on being up for business this weekend.
yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
And of course,
I was at their place yesterday as well, and they giving them encouragement, and they have made tremendous progress in about being ready. So I think I feel very confident they will be functional this weekend as well. So, but they couldn't be here. They wanted to be here, but they sometimes
They're working hard.
Working hard. That's
yeah,
for sure.
whenever you're working to get everything ready, maybe you just don't have the time, and that's what we're there. What about you, Angie? You have a website?
It's, I guess you can call it a website. It's Facebook.
Oh,
everybody,
okay.
everybody goes to Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook. So I do have Devil's Elbow River Safari on Facebook. And I post pictures and events that we have and things about the river. Pretty much anything and everything I come up with daily.
All right. Anything else that any of you would like to add?
Well, Gary, I'd like to thank Beth at Tourism for all she does on our behalf. I think it's really a big deal that we, as a county, we have some of the best water, best rivers, best fishing, best, I'd say, outfitters. I can brag about that a little bit.
I love our rivers.
But I do think that we do have some of the best water in the state, and the flood impacted that. But I've been out on the water every day for the last 3 or 4 days checking things out, and it's there. We have good water, and we're ready to go.
We'll have a good summer and fall. And when usually is the outfitting season over with? In the fall, is it October, middle of October?
It can run into October. I mean,
Just as long as the weather holds, I guess.
Depends on how the weather is.
Okay.
We have people wanting to float in December, so.
Yeah,
yes.
Well, I can understand that. Yeah.
we do have a lot of fun. It's a year-round thing. I mean, the primary season's May through September, but fall floating is really a great time, and the best fishing, and I do want to throw that into. We do have some of the best fishing, so we still have the trophy area in the county. Goggle Eye limits has been raised on the Gasconade, and we do have a 15-inch limit for smallmouth bass, and some of the best bass fishing, Goggle Eye fishing, crappie fishing in the state. So that's important as well.
All right, sounds good. Have a good season. Beth, you want to get a final word in here?
Yeah, I'd just like to close with, we have a full listing of all of our outfitters within Pulaski County at PulaskiCountyUSA.com. And Pulaski County invites each and every one of you to come down, enjoy our beautiful rivers, enjoy the starry night out at a bonfire at the campground and enjoy a neat stay at one of our unique cabins. We just really encourage you to come down and have a great time with your family.
All right. Thank you.
Beth.
Thank you.
Thank you.